the conversion of the active voice into the passive voice, just to know about is a very important that the pronunciation of this word, the correct pronunciation of this word is not passive. The correct pronunciation of this word is a passive voice. And a very important question is that, as you know that in the exams you will find a question just to change the voice. You will not find the question, and the question will not come in the exam just to change the active voice into the passive voice. The question will not in the form of particular form. The question will be in the form just to change the voice, and you have to know about. This one is the active voice and this one is the passive voice. You have to know, you have to learn how to convert, how we can convert the active voice into the passive voice, how we can identify. This one is the active form and we have to change into the passive, and this one is a passive sentence and we have to change into the active. Today we will learn about it in a detail. First question, point number 1 is that structure of any tense. We can't make active voice, we can't convert the active sentence into the passive sentence without knowing without identifying the structure of any sentence. Now the question is that, what is a structure? I already explained in a detail in my previous lecture what is a structure. Basically, in this room consists of the 4 walls, and the 4 walls is the basic structure of this room. Just for example, I have a board marker in my hand. This one is the shape of this board marker, the cap of the board marker is the basic structure of this marker. So we can say that structure is very important just to solve any topic. Basically, this topic can't be complete without knowing the structure of any tense. So first point is that identify the structure, just to know about the structure of any tense. And the main question is that the structure of any tense, structure of the 12 tenses will be same. There will not be changing in a structure, little bit changing in the texture, not in a structure. Okay, what is a structure? Subject, verb and the object. These 3 main ingredients are the structure, is the structure of any tense. If we have the subject, the combination of the verb and the combination of the object, which means we have a complete structure, and we don't need more ingredients to complete our sentence. So basically it's a structure. Subject, what is a subject? Subject, which a person that does something, is called a subject. And what is a verb? Verb, which means verb is an action. Object, a verb that done on it is called a object. I am speaking, I am writing, which means I am doing an action. Who is doing an action? I am doing an action, which means I am a subject. What I am doing? I am speaking, I am moving my hand, I am shuffling the board marker in my second hand, which means that this is called an action. Object, which means basically I just shuffle the board marker into the hold the board marker in my second hand. What I am doing? I am shuffling the board marker, which means board marker is basic ingredients. The work done on the board marker is called an object. Basically, this one is the structure of any tense, and we need this structure. Just the conversion of the active tense into the passive tense. If we have the complete structure, which means we can easily convert our active sentence into the passive sentence. Point number 2 is that how to guess, how to identify this one is an active or the passive sentence. It's a very complicated. It seems like a very complicated, but in fact it is not. How to identify, how to guess. For example, I have a sentence. Just for example, I write any sentence. He plays. He plays. Who is playing? In this statement, in this sentence, he plays. Action is performing directly by the active sentence. The second one is that if subject not performs directly, the verb is performing indirectly by the subject. So this sentence will be called a passive sentence, an already passive sentence. How we can identify that? Which means that the biryani cooked by her. Biryani is cooked by her. Basically, biryani, which means subject is indirectly performing in an action. Biryani is making by a person, but not directly, but not as a subject. So here, subject is working in this sentence, but indirectly working. So we can say that this sentence is not a directly active sentence. If any sentence subject will perform directly, we can say that it's an active sentence. We have to change the active sentence into the passive. If in any sentence the verb is performed by indirectly by the subject, so we can say that it's not a active sentence, it's a passive sentence, and we have to change this sentence into active one. So this is the basic identification. This is the basic knowledge about the active one and the passive one. These are the basic 2 points. Point number 2 is that replace only, not change. It's a very easiest thing that to know that replace only. Some people misperceive that we have to change the complete structure, complete texture, then we can make our passive sentence. It's not a correct one. If we want to change the active sentence into the passive sentence, we have to change, we have to replace the sentence, not the change the tense completely. So here is the replace only, not change. We can't change the complete structure. We only can replace the direction of the sentence, direction of the words, but we can't change the complete structure. We can't add something more. We can't complete the structure. So this is the replacement, not changings. Passive voice, just a conversion, is basically a replacement, not the changings. Just for example, I have a bookmark in my hand and a duster in my another hand. These 2 things I am holding. In one hand I have a duster, in the second hand I have a board marker. If I replace the duster with the board marker and the board marker with the duster like that. If I replace, this is called the replacement, not the changing. I just changed the direction. I just hold the board marker in my second hand and the duster in my another hand. But in the other case, if I hold the pencil in my another hand and the board marker in my other hand, which means this is called a changings. This is not called a replacement. And in this active voice and the passive voice case, we have to replace the sentence. We can't change the completely statement. Point number 4 is that change the voice. The question as the very beginning, I told you that in the exams you have to change the voice. The question that appear in front of you, that you have to change only the voice. There is not clearly mentioned by the examiner that you have to change the active voice into the passive voice. You have to change the passive into the active voice. You just change the voice, and it's totally up to you that you have to identify this sentence, whether this sentence is the active sentence, whether this sentence is a passive sentence. Is totally up to you. It depends on to your own knowledge. It depends on totally on your perception. That this is totally your job, just to first identify, first to know about the structure, second thing just to identify the whether it is an active sentence or passive sentence, and the last one, third one, you have to start the conveyor of any sentence. Point number 4, that follow 5 steps. I have a tricks for you. I will tell you a 5 steps. If you will follow the 5 steps step by step, believe me, you can change your sentence very easily. You that you have to follow these 5 steps. It's like you have to consider, and you can say that it's like a trick. And if you follow the trick, then this conversion will be very quick, will be very simple, will be very easy for you. Okay, let me start. First step is that identification. As you know that we have the 12 sentences, we have the 12 tenses, and we have the different method, different criteria just to solve the 12 tenses. Similar, we have the different criteria, different conversion style just to change the active or the passive. In indefinite tense, we have to put another helping verb. In the present perfect tense, we have to put another helping verb. In the present perfect, we have to add another helping verb, which means that we have a different criteria of solving and conversion in each tense. Firstly, remember one thing, that we have the 12 tenses, but conversion will be applied only in the 8 tenses. 4 tenses, present perfect continuous 4 tenses will not applicable to convert the active into the passive. We can't convert the 4 tenses. Then I will tell you later in the next lecture. Okay, 5 steps. Step number 1, identification. Just to identify, this sentence belongs to the present indefinite tense. This tense belongs to the present perfect tense, past tense, or anything else. Just the first step is just to identify, just to recognize. It's your responsibility just to follow these 5 steps. Then you can quickly convert the active tense or the passive tense into active and the active into the passive. It's a very easy. First step, identification. Just for example, I have a example. He plays football. It's a very random example I have for you. He plays football. First step is just to identify. Okay, identify. He plays football. If you think that it's a very complicated, it's a very tough to know, to identify, to recognize, just to translate into Urdu. He plays football in the Urdu. वो football खेलता है. And the ending point ta है, ti है, te है is the recognition of the present definite tense, and the identification is done. This sentence, he plays, S or ES is the helping verb of the present indefinite tense. So this statement shows that this statement is related to the present definite tense. First, recognition have done. This sentence is a present definite tense. Okay. What's the basic purpose behind to identify and recognize the tense? Because we have the 12 tenses, and if we will recognize the tense, then we can add the properly helping verb. After before recognition and without the identification, without the recognition, we can't put the correct one helping verb according to the tense. And just for to put the helping verb, just for to complete our sentence and the statement, we have to recognize and we have to follow the this step is a very important, is a very necessary. Okay, we have done. This sentence belongs to the present indefinite tense. First step is that. Second step is the replace the place. Replace the place, just not change the structure. The point is that replace the place. How we can replace the place? We have to replace the subject will be take the form of the object, and the object will be take the form of the subject. It's a very easy. It's a very second step. Okay. Firstly, just to find out, just to recognize, after the recognition, just to find out where is the subject. Who is playing? He is playing. So here we can say that he is a subject. Okay. Where's an action? Place. Something is doing. Something is happening. So place is an action. So we can say that it's a verb. Okay. Basically, the verb done on the football. Football playing. He plays football. Football we can say that object. We we have the complete structure? Yes, we have the complete structure in our statement. So after identification, we identify, we have done the first step. Second step we are also done, we also find the structure. Third one is a replace the place. The second step, replace the place. Where the subject? The replacement, the method of the replacement is that we have to convert, we have to replace the subject with object and object with the subject. Subject will be take the position of the object and object will take the position of the subject. Okay, where is the subject? He. Okay, put here he. The notable thing is that while changing, while converting the active into passive, subject I, he, she, we, they. These are the subjective verb. When we use as an object, then we have to use a possessive case. So I will be convert into the me, he will convert into the him, she will convert into the her, we will convert into the us, they will convert into the them. When these subject will be used as an object, then we will not use I, he, she, we, they as a object because these are the subjective words. When we have to convert, we have to use their possessive case as an object. So here, where is the subject? Second step is the replacement. Swap. We can say that swap. Swap, which means that just to swap subject and the object. Okay. Second step is just to swap. He. Football. Object. Object will take the position of the subject. The football. Football. Okay. Then he will take the position of the object. Then we will put the subjective case him. We have done second step. Okay. Third step is just to put the helping verb. We have to use the original verb and the helping verb at the same time. Helping verb. How we can use the helping verb properly? How? What's the trick behind it? What's the basic thing that knowing about that we have to use this helping verb? Because the first step is the identification, and the basic purpose of the identification just to highlight, just to identify the helping verb. And to put the helping verb, we have to identify any sentence, and after the identification we can easily guess that we have to use here helping verb. And while making the conversion, we have to use the helping verb is, am, are. Why? Because the present definite tense we use basically do and does, and s or es if we use the same helping verb. In the passive sentence, how we can say that this sentence is a passive? How? So we have to change the helping verb for making the passive one. But why we will use is, am, are? Why not was, why not has, have? What's the reason behind it? Because we are doing the simple present definite tense. If we add the was one, which means that our sentence will be take the form of the past, and we are not doing the past one. So we have to use according to our sentence, and this sentence shows that it's a very simple present definite tense, and very simple present definite tense is, am, are, or the helping verb, just for the conversion. Now the question is that how we can put individually is, am, are. Individually is, we will use the singular. But the question is that what's the singular? How many board markers I have in my hand? Only one board marker, which means this thing shows a single thing. Board marker is a single. This is called a singular. Then is will use the singular one. Am basically according to the grammatically rule only am used with the I. Are we use the are with the plural one. If I have the board marker and the duster, more than the one things I have in my hand, which means that we use are with these two things. More than the one things, we have to use the are. So is, am, are basically helping verb for the conversion. For to make these helping verbs just to convert the active sentence into the passive sentence, and these helping verb is relate to the present indefinite tense. This one is a simple present indefinite tense, and these them are also used for the simple sentence making. So these helping verb will be used in the present indefinite tense active voice, just to change the passive and the passive into the active. Okay, helping verb. How many person playing? How many person playing football? Only one person. I already discussed about if the singular thing we have, then we have to use is. If we have the more than one thing, we have to use are. If we have only a one thing, only just for discussing about myself, we have to use am with the a. Okay, how many person is playing? Only one person is playing, so he is a singular. We have to put is because we have a singular one. The football is. The sentence is completed? No, the sentence is not completed right now. We have done our 3 steps. 4th step, put third form. It's a must. Keep it one thing in your mind. Keep it. Remember in one thing that you have to keep it in your mind that while conversion, when we convert the active tense into the passive tense, we just use the third form. In any case, if we have already third form, then we have to use third form. If we have the second form, already have a second form, in any tense, any structure, then we have to use the third form. Third form is necessary. Without the third form, we can't say that it's a passive sentence. If just to relate our statement to the passive one, this third form will relate our statement. It's a very necessary, it's a very must to put and add the third form just to show that this statement is the conversion of the active statement. And this is a passive statement. Without third form, we can't say that it's a proper passive one. So, fourth step, just to add the third form. We'll take the original form. How we can add the third form? Where is the form? In this sentence, plays is a form of verb. First form, plays. So, what is the third form of this word? Play, played, played. Okay, we will add the third form, played. The football is played him. Now this statement is completed. Now this statement is giving a proper sense. I don't think so. Think about it. Focus. Anything is missing? Yes, definitely we have something missing in this statement. The 5 steps. Step number 5. Use of the preposition by. And it's also very necessary. Without the use of the by, we can't show our proper working of the active and the conversion of active to passive. And the by is the use of the preposition. Okay. According to the preposition, according to the 5th step, we have to use by. And the by will be used before the subject, before the object. Which means here is a subject. We can say that because according to the conversion this is a subject, but according to the tense this is an object, and the by will be used before the object. This is the 5. This is the basic structure and the texture of the passive sentence. The football is played by him. In this statement, just to focus that football is played by him. The subject is not performing directly in this statement. Subject is performing indirectly. The something is happening by the subject but not directly. Something is happening by the subject but indirectly in this statement. And we already read about that if any sentence subject is not performing directly, this one is a passive sentence. And if any sentence subject is performing directly and action performing an action directly as a subject, so we consider it as an active sentence. These are the 5 following steps. Now the repetition of that changing method. Firstly, I'm going to reinforce. I'm going to repeat the structure. Basically, it's a very first thing just to find out the structure. And any sentence you have to find out that you have to focus. We have a subject, verb and object in any tense. Then the second one, just to identify. Just to guess this one is an active statement or not. This one is a passive statement or not. Obviously, if we have the active statement already, then we have to change it to passive. But if we have the passive statement already, we have to convert into the active. Third one, replace only, not change. It's a very important topic. You have to keep it in your mind that just to replace the thing, not the change the whole structure. Just to replace, change the words. The question is that according to the examiner, change the words. 5 steps. If you will follow the 5 steps, you can easily change. Okay, I have another example. Just for example, according to the 5 steps, I have example. He writes a letter. Okay, just to identify the negative pattern, the criteria to solve to convert the negative and interrogative are different. So I will tell you later about the negative and interrogative. We are discussing only the simple present definite tense. We are converting only the simple active voice into the passive voice. First step, just to identify. Okay, identify that he writes a letter. S or yes is the helping verb of the present definite tense. So according to the identification is one present indefinite tense relate to the present definite. Okay, identification is done. Second point is there just to swap. Where's the subject? He is a subject who's writing a letter. He is writing a letter. Writes, which means writing, something doing in action. Writes a letter, all work done on the letter. The letter is an object, write verb, and the subject is the identification recognition. Okay, just swap the position. Letter will take the position of subject or letter, and he will take the position of object, and he will convert into the possessive case because he will not be used as an object. As an object, we have to use him. Him is the possessive case of he. Okay. Second step is done. Swap is done. Third step, add the helping verb. How we can add the helping verb? Helping verb is an or the helping verbs of the present indefinite tense, and this one is the present definite tense. How many persons are working? How many persons are writing a letter? Only one person is writing a letter. Then we have to put a is. Is the third step. Fourth step, just to put the third form. Where we have to use the third form, write. Write is the first form of verb. Then we have to use after the helping verb, the write will be changed into a written. Written is the third form. Third step is done. Fourth step is done. Fifth step is use the preposition. Because this sentence seems to be an incomplete sentence, we have to use the by just to complete our sentence. By is the fifth step. Now the statement is completed very quickly, very easily by following these 5 steps. It's a very easy. First step, swap, identification. After identification, swap, just add to the helping verb, and the last one add to the third form and add to the preposition just to complete our sentence. A letter is written by, in this sentence, subject is not working directly, so we can say that it's a passive sentence. This is the basic structure of any sentence. This is the basic conversion of the any sentence. Your assignment just to write 20 statements according to your own perception. First, write 20 statements, active statements, and change into the passive statement, and then these passive statement again change into the active statement.